Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well today. It is Venus Day. It is Friday in March and of 2023. I'm gonna come on here today. I wanted to do this exercise mostly for myself, but I do want to share with you because I know I'm not the only one going through difficulties or healing at this time. I know that most of the world is. So I wanted to do this reading. It is a tarot reading based on addiction. I'm currently taking a course to become a addiction recovery coach. So this is in relation to behavioral, physical, any kind of addictive patterns that people may be faced with and dealing with and having difficulties overcoming or treating, So I am going to do a tarot spread that I found online. I will put the information of the from Tarot Forum below the link so you can do it yourself, and we'll just see what comes up. Okay. It is going to be laid out, and then after I do the layout and probably discuss what it is that's coming up, I will pull some oracle cards and we'll go from there. Okay, so I am going to use the 8th house tarot for this reading. And so the first question is, what is the underlying cause of my addiction? What is the underlying cause of my addiction? Now, me personally, my addiction has been more behavioral, but I will say that I know a lot of people who struggle with addiction to narcotics or alcohol, and so this is generally to bring some insight and objective views in relation to this behavior. So, what's the underlying cause of my addiction? We have 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Earth. It's a beautiful card. If you don't know this deck, I hope that you find a way to get your hands on it. I'm sorry it's not super duper clear, but 9 of Earth. I'm gonna pull them all out first, and then we'll go through the meanings behind them. So how have I contributed to it? How have I contributed to my addiction? 3 of Wands, 3 of Fire, how has my surrounding contributed to it? How has my environment, my surroundings contributed to my addictions? The Moon, which part of my life is being more affected by this addiction? Which part of my life is being more affected by this addiction? Five of Swords, What can I do to quit? What can I do to quit? Seven of Wands. What will happen if I don't stop? Cancer, the Chariot. And what will happen if I do stop my addiction? Justice. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck is Judgment. So I thought that this would be a great, let me put it over here, reading to do for the collective who don't really find any spreads or anybody doing serious tarot readings. I feel like a lot of the tarot readings are focused more on relationships or our life purpose on the surface, but in order to really confront or go full force in our futures and in life, we have to confront some very challenging things that we're going through. And so for the first question, when we have what's the underlying cause of my addiction, I think that the underlying cause is a lot of us don't feel worthy, or not in a place where we're not in a place in ourselves, in our hearts, where we are satisfied, and we don't have a lot of self-love and independence. We're looking outside of ourselves to really fulfill our hearts, and we're not really happy people. I think that's really what comes down to it. We're trying to fill this void within ourselves, and that is challenging, or that's what makes it easy to become dependent on these external sources, these external things, because we feel like we can't satisfy ourselves or love ourselves enough, or there's just like a lack of confidence and so much insecurity in where we're going in our future, and our mind's just racing, and we're not being fulfilled in some way, so it's really about ourselves, not really about any external sources. Yes, a lot of people have contributed to could have contributed to or been a part of our traumas, and there's probably some people can fight back and say, well, there's a reason why I started drinking so much, or I started taking smoking so much, to get rid of this stress, or I just wanted to not think about what had happened to me that day, or it's really about us like hiding from ourselves, and not really giving us the love and support that we need. And a lot of us don't even realize that that's really what the issue is. I think it took me a very long time to recognize that I wasn't loving myself the way that I should. I wasn't giving myself the nurturing and attention that I didn't receive as a child, or from a partner. I instead became super like hyper independent, but not in a way that was fulfilling me. It was just like non-committal and pushing other people away. But then this was all a part of this insecurity within myself. And so when we're fulfilled, when our heart is full of love, when we feel like we are valuable, we don't need those external sources. And I'm not saying like don't go have a drink, with your friends casually, or, don't have a good time once in a while is great. It's about the addictive behavior. And also a behavioral addiction, such as, using social media so much, or, checking up on somebody that you have a crush on, like an extensive level, or it really can be anything, hyper analyzing what happened or could have happened, or all these things. These are all addictive behaviors. And really moving forward, we really have to understand that the void that we're feeling needs to be or the void that we're feeling needs to be filled by ourselves, by getting in tune with our spirit, by falling in love with ourselves again, by really communing the mind, body, and spirit. When we do that, we don't really need any external source, including a partner. We're just becoming more satisfied with our own energy. Okay, so we have how have I contributed? Well, I contributed by looking the Three of Wands. So I've contributed by looking forward to the next opportunity, to like any chance that I got, any free time that I got, went to this addiction. It went to smoking more often, or I went to, okay, let's go, out with our friends. We have this free time. Let's just go out for some drinks, and then it gets carried away. It went to looking forward to the next time that I am able to fulfill this addiction. And instead of really focusing on the here and now, instead of giving myself the energy that I needed to focus on bettering myself as a person, on maybe learning new skills, or learning new things in general, my attention went outside of myself, and I went to this external substance, right? So we have what external, that's how I've contributed with the Three of Wands. But how has my surroundings contributed? Well, because I'm not focused on what's here and now, I was so focused on the uncertainty of life and things not being so clear, and me being confused and not spending time with myself in a way that would really benefit who I am as a person, or support who I am as a person. I wanted to keep on avoiding, the self-love, and allowing myself to just or enable myself to just go over and over with this addiction, and not really trying to end it. That's the thing, that there's no end in sight with the Three of Wands over there. It's more about like, when's the next time am I gonna, you know, take another hit, or when's the next time I'm gonna have another drink with my friends, or when's the, it's just like looking forward and finding pleasure in the next time that, in the idea of the next time that I'm gonna, use a substance, or check on this person, or, I was just like, was in fantasy land, and allowing my delusions to really get the best of me. And that is what was the issue, or that is what's the issue, because that's something that I'm still working through. Every single free time that I have, I'm always thinking back on this addiction that I have, and I'm feeding it, and I'm enabling myself. I'm like, okay, I can do this much work. I guarantee you that after this reading, I will probably go back and immediately think about my addiction. But the addiction never really goes away, right? That's what we're figuring out. It's more about treating it. So I can think about my addiction, but I don't have to necessarily follow through with it, right? So let's see, we have the moon, my outside sources. So the moon. So yeah, this fog, this illusion, this sense of this dream-like reality that's not really reality. It's just like self-defeating, and giving into your external sources. So if you have, if it's easy to get to a bar, or a liquor store, or you can get your hands on cigarettes very easily, or you have easy access to technology, which we all do at this point. It's easy to get access to these things that we abuse, these abusive behaviors, these addictive behaviors. And so the outside sources is more like, you're deceiving yourself, because you're fearful of growing, of, you're feeling some kind of shame, you're afraid to face your shadow, and so you'd rather be in the dark and just full on stay in this delusion, this false reality, okay? And the universe is saying that when you decide to expand your consciousness and evolve as a spiritual being, as a human being, to mature as an individual, you will understand that you won't need this outside source. That again, what you're looking for is really within you already. Okay? So the next question was, which part of my life is being more affected by this addiction? So this was number 4, right? Yeah. So which part of my life is being more affected? Well, my addiction is causing me to not have good relationships with other people. It has caused, and probably your life, it's probably caused, so like disharmony in your life. A lot of people, they might not even tell you that they're worried about you, but it may cause worry in them, and they're not seeing that you're loving yourself and treating your body with respect and value. So this may be mirrored with them too, and they might not treat you the same, with respect and as if you are valuable. And your addictions have probably caused relationships to fail, or friendships to fail, or it could have caused you to lose your job, or Instead of walking away from the addiction, you walked away from anything that was good for you. And you really have to take time to self-reflect and ask yourself if having this addiction is really worth everything that you're losing or have lost, you know, because it really does start mentally. Addiction, again, it's not really something that goes away, it's incurable, or it seems like it's incurable. So it's a matter of needing to treat it, right? I was taught that it was incurable, but I do believe that anything can be cured, as long as your thought patterns change on the subject. But yes, again, it changes. So you have to really see what is the root cause behind my addiction. Ask yourself that. What is the root cause behind my addiction? How did it start? Was it because I experienced this trauma that made me feel less than, made me feel like I needed this outside source in order to fulfill the love that is supposed to be given by me, but I'm using an outside source because I don't love myself. So you have to actively address what caused hurt feelings within you, how your addiction has hurt other people, and you have to start being accountable, because really you don't want to be in this. We're trying to not live in this kind of energy throughout the rest of our lives, right? We're not trying to feel like we're going to destroy everything else, everything that's good in our lives, because we are incapable of overcoming this addiction, this lack of self worth and self love and self care. So let's move on. We have, what can I do to quit? So what can I do to quit this addiction? I can stand up for myself. I can put myself first before my health and love for myself before this addiction. I can really stand my ground against the harm that this addiction is doing to my mental health and my physical health. And you know, I can really try to rise above this conflict. You know, maybe my relationships with other people is more important to me than smoking every day or drinking alcohol every day. Seeing that other people really do care about me should be an indication of how I am as a person, how I am a I was gonna say positive influence, but this addiction part is probably not a positive influence on other people, but how I am, you know, somebody that others appreciate having in their lives. Like the light that is within me is seen as valuable to others. And by defending that, or by truly understanding that I have purpose for living on this earth that's outside of this addiction, then I can be more courageous when deciding or making the decision to let go of this addiction. So the question was, what can I do to quit? I can distance myself from people who will only enable my addiction. I can get myself out of areas that will also enable my addiction. I can maybe not go to bars as often or clubs as often, or hang around people that are facing their own addictions, or creating a barrier between me and these external sources that are not good for me. Because what really matters is my health, for one. The way that I love myself is really what matters as well. And the people that are sticking with me and really truly care about me and my well-being, those are the people that matter. Those are the things that matter. So if there's nobody that's if there's nobody that's somebody who is said to be a friend, who is my hangout partner all the time, but only cares about us being like partners in crime kind of thing, and doesn't really care about my well-being because they don't care about their own, though that's not the person that I want to hang around with, or that I should hang around with. And you have to make your boundaries clear and your intentions clear. You have to tell the universe, I want to be able to live a fulfilled life outside of this addiction. I want to feel whole. I do feel whole. I am whole. I am. Those are very powerful words. Like two of the most powerful words, together. Two of the most powerful words that you could ever say. I am. So you gotta say, I am loved. I am strong. I am courageous. I am healthy. I am clear. I am at peace. All these things you start saying, and you start saying no to this addiction or these bad behaviors, and your life will start to change and move forward in a more positive direction. It's not going to be easy. Dealing with addiction, I personally have been dealing with addiction for addictive behaviors probably all my life. For sure, all of my life. And there's more. I'm a Venus and Scorpio. Like, the obsessive thoughts just happen to come. And, at a very young age. And I was always, lovesick. And it started off that way. And then other things. But, these obsessive, addictive behaviors, that is because, in my personal example, I felt like I needed somebody else to give me the love that I wasn't giving myself. To make me feel like life was worth living, by thinking about this external person and fantasizing and being delusional about where our relationship could go, And most of these daydreams that I had were delusional. They're not based on reality. They were a waste of time. Really, I wasted my time so much on people that didn't deserve me anyway and didn't see my value. I wasted so much time because on, these addictive patterns of obsessing over them and, being sad that, I wasn't with them or they didn't choose me or whatever because I didn't see my own value. I didn't see how much I have to offer this world. And the same goes for you. You have so much to offer the world. You have so much light. People just want to be around you all the time. You're probably nurturing, you're probably, your smile is probably, one that people would want to see all the time. Your love, you're very caring and giving in your heart when your heart is open. And people love that about you and want to see more of that. And will only be able to see more of that if you feel that way within yourself, right? So, the next, what will happen if I don't stop? What will happen if I don't stop? I'm just gonna, don't stop my addiction. I'm just gonna keep moving forward in my addiction, getting deeper in it, getting and becoming more dependent on it. I'm gonna be getting deeper in confusion and feeling lost and becoming more separate, becoming stagnant in my life because I'm giving my life away to this delusional way of thinking, to this, negative thoughts, to this bad behaviors, to choosing my addiction and my lack of love for myself over those that care about me and caring about myself and my health and my well-being. I'm just going to become deeper and deeper in this hole. I'm going to lack the confidence to achieve goals that I have for myself, or we will lack the focus or direction to move forward in a positive way. We're just going to keep digging deeper and deeper holes for ourselves, and that is not where we want to direct our lives. Okay, there's still time to change. I don't care if you've been having this addiction for 50 years, for 2 days, for whatever. It doesn't matter. Just realizing that this behavior is not okay, is not how you, it's not going to bring you happiness. It doesn't bring you happiness, not true happiness. You may feel happy in the moment where when you're high on a narcotic or whatever, and in that moment it may feel great, but then the come down is extra, heavy because you spend all that time in this euphoric state, and now you're having to face everything that you were avoiding by taking that thing, and so you're just gonna want to take it again and do it again to feel that high, and just keep on avoiding your spiritual growth and avoiding that dark night of the soul kind of experience, because we need to really do that in order to get to the other side and become friends with our shadow. So you're just gonna keep on, if you don't confront this addiction head on, you may take impulsive actions that could really lead to very bad experiences. Let's just say that. It can lead to, and some of these addictions, some of them are heavier than others. It can lead to death as well. And it's not here, but I'm just saying because we all know that if we don't break our addictive behaviors and patterns and continue on with them, it is fatal. It can be fatal. So the last question was, try to get back to the and what will happen if you do quit this addiction? Justice. You'll get what you deserve in life. If you focus your attention, I'm sorry for the background noise, I'm not sure how loud it is, but if you focus your attention on healing and health, and yes, it's going to be painful, yes, it's going to be difficult, but you will come out on top. Justice will be served. All that energy that you will be putting into yourself and people who care about you and really want to support you, that is going to be paid off. Karma, good. You're going to be reaping new rewards and sowing new seeds, that are based on good intentions and health and well-being, and not just for you. Ultimately, it is for you, but for those around you. You're going to be surrounded by people who are living healthy lives, who are having fun, who are trustworthy, who are really contributing to your life in positive ways, and they will mirror you as well. They will mirror the work that you're putting within yourself. Okay. The bottom of the deck is Judgment. I think that again, it will be. I'm so sorry for the noise, but it'll be an awakening. You're gonna have this awakening that you're gonna learn to surrender, to release these bad habits, and forgive yourself for taking a while to get to this place where you this place of self-healing and self-care. You're gonna forgive yourself for taking so long to get yourself there, and you're also gonna forgive others for the harm that they've caused you, because they are just hurting within themselves. They're avoiding the work that they need to do and face within themselves. So you just have compassion for them, and you just move forward with more peace in your heart, and understand that you have a higher calling, and don't be afraid to embrace that calling of growth and change. You're capable, and this is just you're able to move forward in life as long as you're willing to accept and release your past. And by doing that, you'll be able to enjoy the next phase in your life. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. Well, I'm gonna pull one from Getting Into the Vortex, because honestly, I just love this deck for myself. Whenever I'm having a freak out moment, I like to pull a card. I'm here to try to help change my mindset. Excuse me. Yeah, there are many right ways for us to behave. Let's see what this says. It says, it is possible to live upon this planet with large numbers of other beings who believe and behave in a variety of ways in peace. When you are able to focus in such a way as to allow your alignment with Source, even though others are choosing to behave differently than you are choosing, then you will truly be free from the bondage of attempting the impossible task of getting everyone to agree on the one right way. One right way would lead to endedness. Many right ways allow external expansion. So what I'm getting from that, and that's number 28, that could be a significant number for some of you, but what I'm getting from that is that on this journey, when you decide that you want to get over this addiction, there may be people that try to talk you out of it, or may, if they don't do that, they may just not be good influences, and understand that they may not be ready in their own journey. They may not be ready to get over their own addiction, but that shouldn't stop you from, wanting to get healthier. If somebody is not ready to, if you have like this partner in crime or ride or die or whatever that you always go out with, you always do these things, addictive behaviors with, and they're not ready within themselves, that is okay. They're on a different journey than you. They're on a different path. You just have to understand that right now you are deciding to end that cycle of your life and choose something else. And if they are not ready, then you guys can go your separate ways, but you can still send them love and healing from a distance, and that's a beautiful thing. But there are many right ways for us to behave. So the right way for you is different from somebody else. For them, they may think that people really do believe that these addictions are helping them, because they would rather, be under this influence than feel extreme pain from their childhood, from any of their experiences that caused them to get to this place of feeling unlovable, or just like unworthy, So I'm gonna pull some oracle cards. Do I want this one? Let's see, we have I'm gonna pull some archangel cards. I don't know why I'm feeling called to right now, but this deck, I like to use it to receive inspiration and healing from the angelic kingdoms. So this is Angels of Atlantis, so you can work with some of these angels to help you with getting over these addictive behaviors, these addictive patterns. Okay, so I don't know why I shuffled it like that, but let's see. We have joy. So if you want to feel joy in your heart, more happy in your life, you can work with Jovial. We have Metatron for mercy. So maybe you guys have done some awful things to people. Addiction causes you to do that. Or have mercy for those who have done awful things for you. I'm just gonna place these. I'm gonna put these cards away underneath because it's starting to get a little too busy for me. So we're gonna put these to the side. So So yes, I would recommend working with Jophiel, Metatron. Let's get one more. And we have Uriel for abundance. So, and Uriel came on the bottom for trust as well. So, trust that the universe is has your best interests in mind, and always wanting what's best for you. The universe is, everything is always working out for you as long as you believe that it is, you know, and that the universe has your highest good in mind. So trust that they are willing to work with you. You see that? Yes. And that the angelic realm will have mercy on you, will forgive you, have mercy on yourself, have mercy for other people, you know, and try to focus on joy, and creating more joy in your heart, in your life, what will make you happier, not having this addiction, you know, or replacing your addiction with what, you know, asking yourself that and finding out ways, or asking the universe, bring in things into my life that will bring me more joy and happiness and fulfillment and satisfaction, and the universe will start to do that. And then you'll see how abundant your life really is, and they will continue to bring things that make you happy, and your life will turn around. You know, you have to trust that you can carve in a different path. You know, you don't have to. Maybe you've had this addiction for a very, very long time, and you just don't see how you can get better. You know, if you work with any of these angels, or you know, just changing your mindset about that, like, it's never too late. Understanding that it's never too late will start leading you on the right path, and then the universe will start sending you signs, you know, and synchronicities, that they're listening, that they're supporting you on the way to this healing and recovery journey. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a few more cards. I'm gonna pull a few more cards. What stayed under here? We don't want that. Oh, sorry. Okay, that's cool that it stayed under, because have mercy for this conflict. You know, this conflict that was caused due to your addiction. Have forgiveness over yourself. Let's see, we have Whispers of Lord Ganesha. This is he is an obstacle remover. So I would recommend working with Ganesh as well. Ganesh, if you ever read his story, he has also been through a lot. He's had a pretty tough childhood, and he's been through a lot of obstacles, but he is an obstacle remover. And so working with him, he's also has a very childlike, joyful spirit, kind of letting things not get to him so easily, and it's just a very beautiful energy. He'll work with anybody, really. Very beautiful energy to work with. So I would suggest working with any of these archangels, working with Ganesh, to try to remove any obstacles in your way on your healing journey. Okay, so what does Lord Ganesh have to say about how we can overcome these addictive patterns? Revelation. that's the first step. So admitting that you have an addiction is always the first step, right? And having a revelation that you are capable of writing a different story for yourself, having a revelation that you are worth living a prosperous life outside of this addiction or these addictive behaviors. We have embrace your inner child is what I got at first. Embrace those that love you and want to support you in healthy ways. Embrace things that bring you joy. Yeah, embrace the inner child is really what I get from this card the most. Going back to a time where life was a little bit easier and you were innocent, and trying to talk to your inner child about the things that really brings you happiness. Embracing a new beginning and a new life. That's also, being open-hearted to that and having new positive experiences. It's never too late. We have one more, Ganesh. We have decision, yeah. So it's all up to you, a lot of people can try to influence you to, to either continue with your addiction, or depending on who you're talking to, or ending it, but it's always up to you on whether you will be able to treat this sense of lack within yourself, right? It all starts with that revelation, having a revelation that you deserve what's best, and then making a firm decision to cut out anything that's not good for you, or anyone that's not good for you, or creating a new support system, going to new meetings, AA, going to starting new hobbies that'll keep your mind busy, and starting new self-care practices, taking baths, writing, journaling, embracing those who really truly have your best interests at heart and want to be there for you. These are all things that you can focus on and that will help you on your healing recovery journey, okay? So that is what I have for you. I didn't expect this reading to be as long as it is. I hope that you're able to get some insight and some information. I did do this reading for myself as a test. So I am here with you all. I am sending you all love. I just wanted to share the message. I felt like it was better to record me doing it for myself, but also for anybody else who resonates, because this is a very triggering topic, one that is not really addressed in tarot, and I just hope that maybe I'll come back to it in the future. Hopefully there will be different results, but I really do hope that you were able to get something out of this. And if you did end up resonating with the energy and feel like you can receive more from my guidance, feel free to like, subscribe, or comment on the channel, okay? And I wish you all the healing and abundance that you desire and deserve, okay? It all starts with making that firm decision that you want your life to change, that you deserve better, that you deserve love, and it all starts with us and within us, okay? So that's what I have for you. I hope you have a blessed day.